welcome back to Toya DTV. Y'all, it is time to get into this Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1. Whoo! I think everybody was like sitting on edge watching this. It's amazing. But let's get into it, y'all. So I need everybody chiming in on this reunion because we were all sitting on pins and needles worried about what's going on, what's about to happen, who about to drop a bomb. Is Gizelle gonna pick her face up? So as you watch, comment, okay? I'm not gonna cover every single little thing they talk about. I'm just gonna talk about the things that stuck out to me. Andy asked Gizelle, can he call her first lady? And Gizelle says, oh yeah, you can call me first lady. I'm always going to be first lady. How? How? I really don't understand. Do anybody understand? Explain it to me in the comments because I don't get it. How do you hold a title when you're not married? Maybe it's something I don't know. Put it in the comments. So Andy wants to know from Candiace, did she bring a prop? Like, what is that? So Candiace got this big, fluffy, feathery fan, and she calls it a hater blocker or a love spreader. And I'm like, Candiace, you are so extra. Okay. They start off the main part of the reunion by just kind of like going back and looking at previous seasons of what the ladies looked like, what they dressed like, what their hair was like. Best improvement was the type of contest they were trying to run. So they started by reviewing Karen. Lordy, Karen had some jacked up confessional looks. But I think this was like solely about her wigs almost. So, you know, they show Karen her progress from beginning first season till now. Then they show Candiace. I think Candiace's look is very similar to how she looks now. I just think she wears darker makeup now. Like she'll put on like a burgundy lip, like burgundy eyes. Like I think she's changed up her makeup. But as far as her hair and her looks, I feel like she's still the same. Then we see Ashley. Ashley's confessional look from her first season up till now. And I think Ashley looks the same. But what Ashley does is she just gives you a whole new vibe every time you see her. Her hair changes up drastically. So you just never know what you're going to get with her. I think that's a good thing though. So then we see Monique's progress from her first season up until now. And I believe Monique has been on point since she stepped foot on the show. Her hairstyles are so different. They're so goddess-like. They are very elegant and they're very cute all at the same time. Sexy and ladylike. So, yeah, Monique has pretty much been on point since she's been on, in my opinion. Then we see Robyn from her first season up until now. Robyn, I would put her in the same category as Ashley. Because Robyn, you just never know what you're going to get when you see her. Now, I personally was digging Robyn when she was doing the shortcuts. Those were really cute on her. So I would still just kind of put her in the same boat as Ashley because she can change it up in a heartbeat and you just never know what you're going to get. So that was the looks. And then they saved Gizelle for last. And I kind of would put Gizelle has been about the same throughout all the seasons. And I would kind of put her in the category with Karen as far as like the hair. Like you can see the improvements coming, but I don't know. To me, I kind of feel like Gizelle is kind of like a hit or a miss. You just never know. You just never know. And that's no shade to Gizelle. I'm just really being honest about that. So the question was asked, who has improved the most? I would say Karen has improved the most, but I think, I'm not sure what they said, but I think Karen has improved the most because those wigs are on point now. They are on point, and that's that. So, who has changed the least? I don't know who they said. I think they probably said Gizelle. Yeah, I can give her that. I feel like Gizelle has changed the absolute least. Kind of. But then I also feel like Monique has changed the least because Monique has been on point from day one. So I think it's, I don't know, and maybe it's how you look at that. Wendy says that Gizelle suffers from pretty girl syndrome. Giselle's like, oh, okay, that sounds like good suffrage to me. That sounds like good suffrage. She explains that's when you're so pretty you don't have to try or whatever. Why? Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. So Andy, being Andy, had to ask Robyn, why are you asking me this, Andy? Because we want to know if you're gonna tell the truth or you're gonna cover your friend. But anyway, Robyn thinks that Gizelle makes bold fashion choices that are not necessarily Robyn's taste, but it's her style and it fits her. He asked Monique, and Monique said it's the hand in the face emoji. I do think it's entertaining though. Karen is right on that. Her fashion choices are entertaining. Because you just be looking like, what's she doing today? Candace says that she would like for Gizelle to have just one fabulous day with a stylist. A professional stylist. I agree. I think it would actually be fun. I think it would be fun for her. Matter of fact, Candace need to hook that up. Her and Gizelle go see a stylist and let us see it. Because I would love it. They get into the fashion choices, and of course, Andy mentions that Gizelle, you said that Karen was wearing indie. It said indie, Andy. Like, this was all across the internet. But alterations are real. I mean, to me, I don't think Karen has a reason to rock anything less than... And if she does, so what? Like, the girl is fabulous from head to toe. It is what it is. Hate much, Gizelle? Andy asks Monique, who does she think was best dressed this season? Monique says that she thinks that Karen is best dressed. And I can agree on that. Karen has been bringing it this season. In accordance to, like, her past seasons, like, Karen is comfortable in her own skin. Like, and she brings the confidence with what she's wearing. So I agree. Then he asked Candice who she thought was best dressed. Candice says that it's a tie between her and Karen. So Andy was like, you know what, Monique? I really thought you were going to say that you were best dressed. And she's like, no, I'm not that vain. Candice says, not in public, you're not that vain. Andy points out that Rob has not really changed over the years and that her and Gizelle, like, how do they maintain their friendship? And Robyn responds, we're genuine friends. We're not friends for a strategic reason. We enjoy each other. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. And I can also see Robyn checking Gizelle behind closed doors. I can see that happening. But I can also see when Robyn is checking Gizelle is also blowing her off. But who knows? Maybe it really is a true friendship and Robyn is just not being this mockingbird for Gizelle. Karen was asked why is she gunning for the green-eyed bandits this season. Karen's like, you know what? It's fun shade. It's fun shade. And come on, we all can agree that all of these past seasons, Gizelle has been nothing but crazy to Karen. When Karen was suffering through her tax issues, Gizelle made a shirt and mocked her and laughed about it and was just straight nasty. When Karen was trying to, release her business and jumpstart her business and get details on her business on how it works, Gizelle was being a hater. So this year, Karen is like, you know what? I'm going to give Gizelle everything she's been asking for, and she deserves it. Then the conversation turns. So Robyn says that it's not right that Karen is blaming her and Gizelle for the fight, the altercation. Because now they're getting death threats and people are telling them to jump off of a roof, jump off of a building, and all of that. Karen says that doesn't have anything to do with her. And it doesn't. People felt that way anyway. That's how I see it. People really are invested in these shows, and it's very realistic. So Gizelle's like, it has everything to do with you, Karen. So it was mentioned, Gizelle, why did you click so quickly with Wendy? And you're normally not very nice to the new girls. Wendy is one of her sorority sisters, and she also knows Jamal. And then she got to know her, and she really enjoyed her. It's kind of crazy to me that Gizelle feels like if she doesn't have anything in common with a person, that she still can't give them a chance and a fair chance to actually have a deep conversation, and maybe they would like each other. I just think that's weird. Like, she was her sorority sister is why she didn't come with the chopped throat like she normally does. So they mentioned, I know y'all are excited because the AKA is in the White House. Kamala, she's in the White House, and of course everybody clapped and rejoiced on that. Gizelle said that it brought tears to her eyes. It brought tears to my eyes too, because that's history. That is history. That is like motivation for women. Like, it's powerful. It's very powerful. Andy also mentions to Wendy, you're the first Nigerian housewife. Like, how are they responding to that in your home community? So Wendy says that they are responding to it beautifully. They are treating her like royalty. Whenever she comes around, they're excited. There's our baby. Get the goods. Get the goods. So then we see Andy brings up the degrees, and Karen gave her kudos for the degrees and everything, and that they're starting fresh. This is day one. Ashley says that was very impressed by Wendy's degrees, but she was just a little disheartened because she was using them to put other people down. Wendy denied that, but we know it's the truth. No. People like you call me Sir Wendy. Sir Wendy. And then from there, Wendy says that her intentions were not to make a divisive line between, other sides. Which, if you say something like that to somebody, no, people like you address me correctly. People like you call me Dr. Wendy. You're dividing the situation. So, whatever. I don't like stuff like that. Just say what it was at the moment. I know that you mean to speak well and look well on TV, but that's not what you meant when you were in the moment. So then they bring up this floozy freelancer. Gizelle's response is, well, I said that because Karen has been trying to get her kicked off the show the entire time. What does that have to do with you making up a bold-faced lie and saying that she's a floozy? Floozy freelancer? No, Karen said freelancer, not floozy freelancer. We all know it. Gizelle, you are a liar. And did not even mention why she added floozy on it. She just deflected and said, Karen's been trying to get you kicked off the show. The details on that. Apparently, Gizelle says that Karen pulled her to the side while they were in Portugal and said that she does not like Wendy. She is not Potomac. Let's remind everybody, Karen was not drinking in Portugal. Robyn said that on the plane ride home, Karen said that she doesn't like Wendy. She's not Potomac. Y'all, does this sound like a little plotting between the Green-Eyed Bandits? That they were going to come up with the same story that was given to them at different times in relation to Portugal and Wendy and Karen. Wendy thinks that Karen did not take well to her because she didn't come to her as though she's Mother Goose asking for her advice on how she's going to get in good with the group. Okay, I can see the logic behind that. But at the same time, when you're coming into a new group, you know what, y'all? I'm built different. Never mind. They mention the Wendy slither. Y'all, that episode was epic. I'm sorry. That slither was everything. Honey, Karen had that thing down packed. And Wendy came down them stairs like, oh no, somebody's messing with my baby. Let me attack. But see, I would like Wendy more if Wendy just did Wendy. If Wendy was not trying to defend somebody, if Wendy wasn't placing judgment, if Wendy wasn't throwing her degrees in everybody's face. If she had just came on, said she had the degrees, and then lived her Nigerian culture in America, I would have been down for that. Let me see the ins and outs, the ups and downs, let me see that. But when you come in and you got judgment like no other, I can't get with that. And then you backing somebody that I'm sure you already know she's messy. But it is what it is. That's how you wanted to get your grounds, then so be it. I hope it worked. Not really. So the question was asked, do you think colorism is playing a part in Candiace and Wendy being called aggressive? Okay, so watching this play out on TV, it was confusing and there was not really any answers given. Well, Wendy's answer, okay, so Wendy said that people need to choose different words. Choose better words when you're talking brown skin or darker skin women. Monique said that it has nothing to do with color. It's about judgment of the actions at that moment. Wendy says that, there's a history of certain words that are targeted and used towards women, like aggressive, ferocious, and Ashley is one of the women who uses those. Now look, I know Ashley is not a saint. I know Ashley goes hard when she's mad. But Wendy, you are wrong in this situation. Ashley is simply using her terms to describe what she felt like somebody was doing to her and acting in the moment. So those words are in the dictionary. Like, she can choose to use them. At the end of the day, Ashley is still a black woman. So to say that a fairer skinned woman should watch how they talk to darker skinned women. But Candiace, as well as Wendy, has called Monique hood rat and ghetto, which is not cool. But Candiace defends that and said that she called her own self hood. She may have, but when you take it and you get that roar in the back of your throat, that hood rat, that's coming from your heart, girl. You ain't repeating that because she said that. Grow up, Candiace. Grow up. So I had somebody actually reach out to me, kind of ask some insight, because they were Hispanic. And they said, did they understand how it feels to be looked at and judged just because they're a different complexion and be mistreated and all of that? And they truly wanted to understand what Wendy was trying to say. And I explained to the best of my ability that I believe Wendy was trying to say, because you have a lighter skin, you have to watch how you talk to darker complected women, because that, in other terms, gives the signal for everybody else to jump on the darker skinned people. I disagree with that logic. I feel like if you are doing something to offend somebody and you're being aggressive, that's what you are. Regardless of what your skin color is, that's what you're doing. To them, that's their opinion. If you are in a situation where you feel like this person is talking to me crazy, it doesn't matter what they look like. This is really talking about that person's character at the moment, their actions, their behavior. So I don't see how it links to color. Now, it does exist. Colorism does exist. But in this particular situation that Wendy's referring to, I think she's off with that. I don't think Ashley is using it in that way. Andy asks Candiace, do you have any remorse for verbally attacking other housewives and provoking them? Candiace says that she uses her words very well and is sometimes to her detriment. Could she pull back? Yes. Anybody notice that Candiace is phenomenal when it comes to articulating her words, articulating what she's trying to say? But when Candiace is mad, all of that goes out the window. So when she's asked a direct question and she's not upset, she can dance around the answer instead of saying, yes, I have remorse. She's not going to say that. She, in terms, says things like, yes, I use my words very well and it could be to my detriment. I guess it's TV. I don't know, but it's annoying. So Gizelle says, Candiace, no, you hit extremely below the belt. And she does. Anytime, like I said, when Candiace get mad, all of that go out the window. Kudos to Gizelle for even calling that out. You know, like, it's not just Monique that thinks Candiace hits below the belt. A lot of people think that Candiace hits below the belt consistently. Candiace also, you know, go ahead and puts it out there that her and Chris bought their new home without the help of her mom. The only thing her mom contributed was a rubber plant. So congratulations, Candiace, for that. I am proud of you. Buying a home is not easy. It's hard work. And I hope that that comes with maturity and responsibility on your part. This is where all the crap begins. All that drama. Chime in, y'all. I need to know. Oh, I want to know what y'all think about that colorism part too. Put it down in the comments. A lot of y'all are DMing me on Instagram. Let me know what y'all think, because it is a very sensitive topic. And it is people out here who really want to know what it all means and how they should go about it. Now, Andy said, what is the proper way to address a black woman acting aggressively? How do you call it out or identify it without offending? Wendy couldn't give a straight answer. Wendy is just saying use other adjectives, use other words. If a person doesn't see anything wrong with the word aggressive or ferocious or whatever else, how will they know that that's not the word to use? So Wendy really didn't clear it up. And it's just one of those things. It's a sensitive situation. So be sensitive on what you're saying. But like I said, in this instance, I don't think that's what was really going on. Thank you to y'all that are chiming in and, you know, reaching out to me, asking what I think. And it tells me that y'all are listening. Y'all are invested in the show. So I like that. I like interaction. So that's cool. In my comments, I love it. Y'all been blazing off these past couple of videos. So it's funny. I love it. We get to the next subject, and Karen is blasting off on Gizelle. Gizelle said something about some Geritol, and Karen said, you need to stop acting like you are 25 or 30. Girl, you old. You are old. You are in your 50s. Andy asked, is she still, does she still have Everhue Beauty? He said that the manufacturer shut down due to COVID. If I'm not mistaken, it was shut down before COVID. Like, she stopped before COVID. Or am I tripping? Put it down in the comments. If anybody know 100%, like if you know, put it down in the comments. I think that she stopped selling a while back. This was before COVID even hit. Karen said, are you still selling? Giselle's like, no. Karen says, well, I'm in Bloomingdale's and La Dame, you know, isn't real according to you. La Dame ain't happening. You hated on my business so bad, Gizelle. And if your business is out of business, say that. Be transparent, because the word on the street is Target says that they liquidated you. Y'all, Karen lit Gizelle up. Pum, 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 pum. K.O. And then topped it off with word on the street is that Jamal was willing to help you save your job by pretending that y'all are together, had another baby with another one while still being with you. Then Monique comes in. According to his girlfriend, all of this was for reality TV. Robyn asked the question. Now, Robyn's going to get enough of asking these questions in the midst of heated situations. Robyn asked Monique, what's your motivation behind this? Robyn, it's what's your motive? But okay. You just wanted to chime in because you got to always ask a question, a dumb question in the middle of what's happening. But okay. Monique ignored that, which I'm glad she did. She said, so Candace is getting worked up because Monique is now talking. Candace is like, are we really entertaining this, Andy? Are we really doing this? So Monique ignored all of them and kept reading. And then she was like, oh, okay, so you don't believe anything? Okay, so I guess I could find his number and confirm that. She read that number out, and y'all, Andy said, is that his number, Gizelle? Yeah, it's his number. Well, that's unfortunate, says Candace. Candace is like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. And it's so funny how Candace can say this is disgusting, but she had just said that Ashley's husband was itching. Get a test. She's just as disgusting. That's what I'm talking about. I like Candace, but I don't think I can handle another season of her crying and playing victim. She would have to literally grow up before next season, and I don't think she can do that. Monique said, you know, you came for my family and my relationship. I'm coming right back for you. Sit over there having fake fraudulent relationships with your ex. Your kids ain't even happy. Sitting there being like a frog, different man every reunion. Hope he's sitting behind you this year, Pastor Holy Whore. Since you want to keep calling my husband Big Boy. And Andy is hilarious. Andy's like this. Say what? Say what? Say what? Andy ought to have whiplash from doing this. I mean, Andy is eating it up. Andy is interested in the document. Which just fires everybody up. So after that, Karen's like, is Jamal coming to the reunion, Gizelle? No. Of course not. Of course not. Monique, your pastor's swinging his big D all around his congregation and you know it. You're a fraud. Andy, any reaction? Of course you don't have no reaction, Andy. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, this reunion was epic, okay? It was epic. It was so funny to me. Look, and for y'all who disagree with Monique and her whole binder, look, this is what I say. People think Monique is whack for bringing a binder to the reunion. So she's supposed to have an altercation and not film most of the show, then come to the reunion with these same incidents with no proof. When people are always asking about proof, right? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Have y'all lost it? Y'all are better off saying that y'all are pissed that she didn't get charged, period. Okay? And Gizelle deserves every ounce of what Karen and Monique is giving her, because she's very ridiculous when it comes to other people's relationships and personal issues. Because it's not that I dislike Gizelle. You know, I feel like Gizelle is super duper messy, and to me, this is hard to watch. Only because I feel like Monique is justified and has every right to come at Gizelle for what she tried to do behind the scenes, whatever it was, the plot against Monique to ice her out or whatever. Not even just that. Disrespecting her marriage on the show. Regardless, like all of that, and the way Monique smacked it down on Gizelle made me actually feel a little bit bad for Gizelle. But I can't feel bad for Gizelle because she did Karen wrong too. when Karen, I will never forget that tax situation with that shirt, y'all. So when all the crap hit the fan and Gizelle's face was just mute, I couldn't help but like, that's how I felt, because it's real life happening. These women sat on this longer than usual for a reunion time to release all of this. Monique, yes, this is her chance to say everything she was not able to say during filming of the show. But y'all can't tell me it ain't something in that folder that we don't know. Factual information. Anyway, y'all, I have cut up enough with y'all for this reunion. Y'all continue to be safe. The numbers are all over the place because people won't do what they're supposed to do. Protect yourself, y'all. Do what you think is best for you. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect those that are around you. Stay safe during this holiday season. And again, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch y'all on Friday with my new product review release. All right. Until next time, y'all.